Let's start off firstly with the stories of the day. And, apparently we're starting with the question of the day first. So let's see what we're asking you this morning. Are you one of over 2 million people who have, let me try that again. Are you one of the over 2 million people who have not decided who to vote for yet? If so, tell us why. Be interesting to see. Why is it that you don't want to vote?
How many days?
Yeah, well, according to the screen, 4, but, until the big one, 5. I think the 4, we're counting down to, I would imagine, a special vote, because remember, the day before the election, there are votes that already start, and then there's that 5th day where, the 8th of May, we all go out and cast our votes. So, if you're not voting and you're one of them, why? Tell us why. What is the reason that you don't want to go out and vote?
I'll tell you, I've been amazed at how many people have asked me, who should I vote for?
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Like, in fact, can't tell you who to vote for.
I've caught myself asking myself the same question. It's like, so who are we going to vote for? I don't know. Who you want to vote? I'm not sure yet, It's that serious.
Make a call. But more importantly, you have to exercise your right.
Yeah, do it. Don't not do it. That's the question. And when you see, one of the stories to tell, of course, is particularly on voting day, is when you start seeing the turnout, the voter turnout. And we always have. There's so many more people that should be registered that are not registered to vote, and that's another story to tell. But suddenly when you see the amount of people, about 27, 28 million people that are registered to vote, and if suddenly that number starts coming down and you get like a 60% turnout or 65, and we start dripping away from the 70s, and you start asking, why do people not go and vote? And that's when you start. And it gets dramatic.
In itself is worth an interrogation. What are the reasons for voter apathy?
Yeah.
Or what is it that people are disgruntled about, perhaps fatigued about? We have to ask those questions, because I think it is an important discussion to have.
Yeah, and people just feeling, what difference does my vote make? And it does make a difference. Don't have that mindset. Go out there and vote. Okay, so lots of food for thought. I think we've given you to answer that question, but we really want to hear from you. Now, here are the big stories of the day.
All right, we start with the UN Press Secretary General, who will deliver a message on Press Freedom Day to mark today, that commemoration, of course.
All right, former President Jacob Zuma campaigns in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal.
And the State Capture Commission continues with Hawks provincial boss Johan Boysen continuing to testify today.
All right, let's take a look at your trending topics now. First up, Newsroom Africa. So congratulations to the new news, 24-hour news channel on the block. So well done to them.
Yeah.
They had their launch last night. You do know that took over from ANN7, the Gupta-owned channel, and it's been a bit of a wait, but last night saw its debut. So well done to them.
Technically taken over from them. This is a brand new channel.
Brand new channel. I suppose I should have said they took over the bouquet, but it's a brand new channel.
The space on the bouquet.
There you go.
Lest we be accused of misrepresenting this one.
Okay.
So it's a brand new player, young former colleagues of ours at the helm of it. And I think it's a good thing, that we would have more players, more entrants into the space, because it can only be a positive thing that more people to compete with, and hopefully it will enhance our offerings across the board.
Fantastic.
As news.
Yeah, well done to them. Well done. I think it was a great start last night, so we wish them the best of luck going forward. All right, other trending topics. I mean, there are so many different trending topics when it comes to Caster Semenya, but, do it for Caster, Caster 800 meter, and then, of course, hands off Caster. And I think that's the most powerful of them.
Yeah.
This is a story that is, it just is a shocker. It is awful. Absolutely awful.
It's absolutely stunning that people can think that, this is okay, especially in this day and age. But there's a lot of talk coming out of this now. I remember there was a lot of talk when they were actually presenting, her case. And lots of experts came out putting forward different issues there. And a lot of those were actually almost disregarded. And we're not going to get into the merits or demerits thereof. I'm sure Valen will also talk more about it. But all the same, the question now is where to from here for Caster. What are the avenues still available to her? There are human rights issues at play here. because there's discrimination, very obvious discrimination that is taking place. But again, It's about Castor, but Castor has become the poster child for an issue within women's sport at that level for the IAAF.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, we had the interview yesterday. Well, Valen had an interview yesterday with the professor who's looked and worked on this, and he said that they are just, you know, the findings of what the medication is actually going to do to her is not concrete, and they have admitted to that during the ruling. So, I mean, they are forcing her to take this medication to lower her testosterone levels, but they have no idea the implications of what that medication is going to do to her.
And that's quite serious.
How can you?
And these are the human rights issue. But another indictment, and there are quite a few, but another indictment on this whole thing and the whole outcome is that the IAAF, by their own admission, have come out to say that they're not quite sure about how they are going to implement and adhere to this.
So I don't know how you implement something like this.
Exactly.
It's madness. It's absolute madness. But yeah, more about that, I imagine, in our sports world. And then finally, the last trending topic we've got is Steve Hofmeyr. And this all happened, I suppose, once MultiChoice, DSTV, decided that's it. We are not going to be airing any of Steve Hofmeyr's content anymore. His movies, his everything. And then this happened yesterday. No, I don't know if we've got do we have a video clip?
I hope we have it.
Oh, no, we don't have it. Okay, so what happened yesterday, and this is why he's now trending. Steve Hofmeyr decided he posted a video on Twitter where he phoned the call center and he recorded himself cancelling his DSTV subscription. He then decided to jump onto his roof, pull down his satellite dish and throw it, and drive over his decoder as well. But this was all filmed, and he got this, and then he offered 10,000 Rand to a supporter of his to do exactly the same thing. So that conversation.
Would you do it? Let me do the math quickly. If I pull down the satellite dish and I drive over it.
Doesn't add up, does it?
No, I'll still come out ahead on 10,000 Rand. I'll do it, and then I'll put another one up.
Okay, there you go. Anyway, so that's that story. But I know that discussion, we'd steal a lot of time if we had to get into the nitty-gritty of what MultiChoice have done. But that's why he's trending. All right, it's traffic time. So, Rob Byrne, what do you have